First off, congratulations to last week's winner of the Aurora mount. This week's contest is the Death Touch Dragon Whelp Companion. If you'd like a chance to win this, please leave a comment in the comment section below and be sure to be subscribed. Also give it a thumbs up, that always helps. Winner will be announced in next week's video. Hey, what's up guys, Grim here. Now that Tempest Paragon has been nerfed some, what are we going to move on to now? The spec I'm running is 61 Warlord, 15 Paragon, with Tempest being the side soul for Shock Pulse. Now, it's not on par with Tempest Warrior right now on the DPS. Nothing else is on the Warrior side. Tempest is so powerful, but it's got almost no utility at all. This soul that I'm running now has 2 pulls, 2 charges, a disarm, snare, a heal, just tons of stuff to use that Tempest does not have. So I think this is the way to go. This is a really good spec for running in all situations. You will be able to blow up some healers, but it won't be nearly on par like Tempest Warrior, because Tempest Warrior is very, very strong right now. So guys, I hope you enjoy the video. Alright, let's get started. First off, let's check out the souls. We got 61 Warlord, 15 Paragon, 0 Tempest. Mainly just specking the Tempest so that we can get Shock Pulse, which is usually required on a Warrior as our main ranged attack. Almost every build that you come upon will always use Shock Pulse as the ranged attack. It's too good to pass up. We'll go over a lot of the abilities that we use in Warlord, but to show exactly what we're going into with Paragon, we've got 5 in the Teaching of the 5 Rings, which increases our damage by 10%. We got a Disarm. We got 5 into Weapon Familiarity. Increases your attack power and weapon damage by 10%. And then we got 4 points into Devoted Training, so that our strength is increased by 8%. Okay. Let's go into the macros. Okay. Here's our main builder here. We got Show Empowering Strike, Suppress Macrofailures, Cast King of the Hill, since that's a 15-second cooldown, very hard hitting ability. Cast Decisive Strike, about the same as King of the Hill, just not an AoE area effect. Cast a Quick Death, cast Rising Waterfall, and then our main attack there is cast Empowering Strike. And then once they're out of range, you cast Shock Pulse. And then we have a bunch of abilities with no global cooldown. So once you hit the first ability here and the clock timer goes around, that is your global cooldown, it'll begin firing off all of these down here, which is cast Piercing Thrust, cast Backhand, cast Wave of Steel, cast Arterial Strike. Okay, that's our main builder. Here's our finisher. We got Show Breaking Blow, Suppress Macrofailures, cast a Killing Field, cast Breaking Blow, and cast Shock Pulse. The reason why we have it like this is Killing Field is very, very hard hitting, but it's on a cooldown. So you can use that once, but then it'll always use Breaking Blow while Killing Field is on cooldown. So Breaking Blow will be your main finisher, but if they get a little bit out of range, I don't like spamming the finisher hoping it'll go off and them being out of range and me not doing anything. So I usually put a ranged ability there. So if I'm spamming the finish button hoping that I'm going to get close enough, at least I'll be shock pulsing them while I'm trying to get close enough. Alright, and then our pull macro here. We got show sergeant's order, suppress macrofailures, cast sergeant's order, cast general's order. Them are our two pulls right there. Okay, our charge macro is show into the breach, suppress macrofailures, cast into the breach, cast clear the breach. There's our two charges. So lots of utility just in them two macros. Alright, now how exactly do you play this spec? How you play it is... Well, let's first go over our buttons down here. We have our builder as our main button, finisher as our secondary button, and then we got our two surges here. The two surges are very, very important, but we'll go over all that in a second. Battlefield experience will be the main reason why you kill people, and we'll go over that in a moment. Then we got our charge macro, our pull macro, forced march so we can increase movement speed, defensive maneuver so we can leap back if we get pulled into an area. Neck punch is our interrupt. Eye of the storm is our snare. Man, you will be using that snare a lot to kill people. Disarm, which is called wrist strike. Our heal, battlefield medic. And then I've got just other random stuff. Our buffs are enhanced conductivity, way of the river, deadly posture, ready posture, focus of body, and of course your planar protection and bloodthirsty. Alright, so how to play this spec in PvP. Alright, you want to go up to your target and you want to build your combo points first by spamming your build, your Warlord builder there. So we are going to start hitting and it's going to start casting King of the Hill and all that. Okay, we want to build up surges. So as soon as we get 3 points, we hit our surge, we hit our second surge, and I've got K alerts letting me know that they're up. And you start hitting your finisher. And it bursts like crazy. Look at them numbers. But it's pretty easy. If you want more procs to go off, just lead in with the charge. More of your abilities such as piercing thrust and all that will go off with a charge or a pull. Or hitting a finisher will allow them to go off. So if you're charging into somebody, you're going to do a lot of damage right off the bat. And forgive me if this is kind of noisy. I tend to button mash whenever I'm fighting. So that's the basis of it. But you want to make sure that you're using your pulls. Your pulls are so important. Whenever somebody's running away or at a distance, if you pull them in, they will not expect it and you get the jump on them. Also, stuff like your piercing thrust and all them will fire off. So you want to make sure that you use your pulls. Do not forget to use them. And once somebody's in front of you and you're ready to hit them, let's go ahead and target. And we're hitting them. Get our charges up. Or our surges, should I say. Make sure that you hit battlefield experience down here. Once you're ready to really burst, you hit battlefield experience, everything pops off. As you can see, lots and lots of damage. And you've got ways to get away from people. You got snares, you got increased movement speed buffs, you've got a lot of stuff to use. So it's an awesome build to do in PvP. And I like to have my K alerts up so I can keep track of my surges. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, be sure to be subscribed for future content, and be sure to give it a like. It always helps. And if you want to be eligible for the upcoming contest, be sure to leave a comment and be sure to be subscribed. Alright guys, thanks a lot and see you next week.